Hey everyone, and welcome back to Farming Simulator. I've been going through the months between episodes, just building up money. The goal being to make enough money to buy a harvester. As you can see, we've already made $300,000. And to finish off December, I gave myself a little bit of a treat. And I've bought a gun here to clean all our stuff. And I've been going around cleaning all the tractors and the weights and everything else. Just doing the right thing. Along the way, we've actually had a little bit of success in the sales. There was a beautiful windrower in the sale. So we were able to upgrade that. And let me finish clearing this plow off. It's enough. Let's go. Yeah, so over here, we've had a bit of an upgrade. So we were able to get this lovely class windrower. So we upgraded our tiny one to this beautiful, massive, big one. I think it was about $20,000. So, but it was like 70% off. So I couldn't let that go. But everything else is kind of the same. Been selling all of the greenhouse goods, and then more importantly, our money has come from all of the wood goods, and that is actually what we're going to start off with today. We're going to go through the night and get to January. As you can see, I've done a whole lot of tree work, piled up a huge amount. Basically, the entire property is pretty clear. You can see all of the there's all shrubs and all that stuff are all gone. There's a couple of big ones down the end, but in general, that's what I've been doing, just kind of banking into the future. What I want to do is this one, the wood chips. If we look at our productions, the game will give me a mouse. There it goes. We look at wood chips. It is growing up to 54,000 so far, so we're nearly full. And more importantly, if we look at this time, this is the normal graph, and we can see, hey, wood chips there's the price. But if we go under this mod, the time-saving stock check mod, you can see that it's going to tell us that in January, this is going to peak out. We're in December. So let's sleep, and then tomorrow we will dive into wood chips and get a little bit more money. Along the way, all of the silage got sold as well. So things are going great. What I am going to do, because there is $300,000 in the bank, I am actually going to pay down the loan so we don't end up paying for that interest overnight, because it's about what, 3,333 I think it is at the moment, so $3,333. If we get rid of 1,000 of that, we should we'll save $1,000. So yeah, this will be about 2,222 now. So let's sleep. I mean, $1,000 is $1,000, and let's go. Let's go pretty late in the day. I don't want to have to do this in the dark. All we're going to do is sell the wood chips and then continue on, sell all of our wood products. And the goal is to get through to the harvest season pretty soon. On special offer, I've got $20,000, so we made like 15 grand overnight. Special offers, there's Windrow. Actually, that's the one we sold, so that's not surprising. Do we need another? How much horsepower has this got? 190. That's not bad, and it does it have a front linkage? No, yeah. Interesting. Let me think about that. I don't know if we need another tractor, but what we do need is a trailer. So let's grab one of our tractors. See, we have 3. Do we want 4? It was quite cheap, wasn't it? Let's grab the white. This one's kind of cool. And we'll run down the shop and go buy a trailer, because we actually don't have a way of... Oh, this is chaos. We don't actually have a way of getting those wood chips home. I'm going to go this way for once. We don't go this way. This is the way that goes towards the ferry. And if I remember it right, it's around here. At some point, we're going to have to buy that piece of land so we get all of those beehives. There's a huge number there. And yeah, let's take the ferry across. Is it going to be? It is. We are lucky that it's actually on this side. I'll zoom in a bit. See that beautiful fog in the morning. Don't drive off the end. Jump out. I've been playing Construction Simulator. So yeah, I forgot. Yeah, so I've been toggling between Construction Simulator and Farming Simulator. I'm planning on riskily doing one of each per week at this point. I'm trying not to burn myself out because I'm also on the other channel doing Transport Fever. I'm doing that 7 days a week. So if you're a Transport Fever fan, there is the Great Western Railway series over there. Lots of people are enjoying it. So yeah, jump across to the other channel. All the links are in the main page. Donuts Transport Fever. But yeah, so I just recorded a Construction Simulator video and X and Y on the Xbox controller back to front. So in Transport Fever, in Construction Simulator, you use Y to get out of a cockpit, but in this you need to use X. So yeah, my whole brain is mush. So, all right, run up here. Right here in front of us, this is a dairy. I definitely think I want to buy that because it's not too far away from anything. It's quite practical. Right, let's zoom up here and around to the store. And let's buy a trailer. Oh yeah, that's right. I got a really cheap corn header. So yeah, you can see this here. So we haven't brought this home yet, but it's yeah, a cheap corn. It's kind of hard to see what it is, but yeah, this is going to be it's the right type of model corn header for the harvester I want to buy. So yeah, right, let's jump in the shop and spend a little bit of money. We actually have 20 grand, so that actually may be enough. Yeah, the harvester I want to buy, if we go down the harvesters, is one of these classes. You can see that I've got all these mods. Giants has added, actually I'll show it under, is it under this? Yeah, under DLCs, under mods. Giants has released a huge number of the class machinery vehicles that they had in 22. I don't know why it wasn't in 25 at launch, but for some reason it wasn't. But yeah, these are all made by Giants, and actually this is the one that we got in the sale. And so my plan is to get, I think it's this one, the 750, 250 ones. And so it is, I think it is this one that I'm aiming to buy. No, that one, it is this one, the one that's got the most horsepower. So one of these has got 30 and 380, 30 and 693, yeah, 493, and then 258. Yeah, this is the one I want to get, the 493 horsepower, and it holds 12,000, 10,000 and 8,000. Yeah, so this one's got the most horsepower and it also has the highest capacity. So this is what we're aiming for. So that's pretty cool. And then this one, if you look at the combinations, that is the header. It's not listing in here, but yeah, the header I got fits on that. All right, let's buy a trailer there at the top. And I am going to go this one. This is one we had in 22. This is also another mod that Giants has just released. I use this in the Farming Sim 22 Everything Challenge. We had 2 of them, and the great thing about them is they actually can attach to each other, like they do a road train. And yeah, it's great. So we'll get the extension, so extra space. Let's go with BKT, and it will have wide tires, so it will destroy crops if we drive in it. But this thing, 22,000 liters, and this thing is just a beast. So we'll buy one, hopefully in the next little bit. And we've got $914 to spare. Hopefully in the next little bit, at some point, this will turn up in the sale and we'll get a second one. And then we will definitely road train these a lot when we're doing stuff. Having 2 makes it really easy because you can have split crops, and particularly with a map like this where we are going to be walking around the map a little bit, it is great to have the ability to have 2. My plan is to also buy, I'll show it, I do want to buy the semi-trailer equivalent of it. Wrong one. Is it under here? Yeah, I want to buy this one, the Low King. I want to, where you got two hoppers. I do want to buy that as well because that'd be quite different. And then there's also this mod version of it. So it's really a single bay and a double bay. This also came out by Giants recently as well. So yeah, Giants has definitely been stepping up and bringing a lot of the assets from 22 across to 25. I assume it was a time issue. Yeah, all right. While we're here, we'll just do a quick splash and dash of petrol for no good reason. We have a petrol pump on our property now these days, so that's fine. $812. So realistically, we are at 0, and so all of this wood chip stuff we're about to gather and sell, we'll be able to work that out pretty easily. I'm hoping for... Actually, I can actually cheat. Just look at the menu. I'm hoping for at least 50 grand. We actually can cheat. Let's have a look. So if we go here, it says it is worth $56,000. There you go. So we'll be getting 50 grand from that. The wood products have been paying out roughly 45,000 a day, and the greenhouses, the 7 greenhouses, have been making about 15. So we're making about 60 grand a day base. The cellular antenna tower has been making about 3,000 or 4,000 a day. So yeah, we're making about 60 grand a day of passive income right now, or relatively easy income. And then we then can throw on top of that the crops. And so hopefully they're making probably about another $100,000 a year at the moment. So yeah, we're looking at about somewhere just shy of 200 grand a year of profits, which is not the... Oh no, that's per... So that was per month plus year. So yeah, we're making 60,000 times 12, so 600, 700,000, and then the field. So we're making about $800,000 a year right now, which is a lot of money. So if we can buy 2 pieces of land per year, that should go really, really well for us. All right, let's run up here, up our manicured driveway. Oh, come on. I might have to use the bigger blue tractor. Actually, I think this white one, even though it's fast, may be our lowest horsepower tractor. And wood chips, fill it up. So yeah, this is 22,000 litres. So 22 with 50, it's going to be 3 loads. I'm glad we got that extension. And where are we going? So we use this mod. It tells us we should be going to the farmer's market. So out of interest, if we go here, what's the difference? Okay, so it's only a couple of dollars, 2, 3, and 5. So, and it's going down, so we should definitely get this done. Good news is the farmer's market is right next to us. Now, one of the things I have debated, because the money is coming in quite nicely, is I might actually put down the furniture production, because it would be nice to get that going. It's $36,000, so not too bad. So I think we might do that today, because we do have enough money in the bank. There's now, what was it, 300 and something thousand in the loan that we paid off. So there is enough money in the bank to get the harvester no matter what. So we can afford to expand our... Oh, wrong place. I'm going as if I'm going to the grain barge thing, which is where we had to go last time. We need to go in here. Yeah, so that massive pile of silage that we had about, I don't know, 100 bales. All of that fermented and got sold. It maxed out in December for the sales. So that's all come and gone. So yeah, the only money we have trickling in right now is coming from the greenhouses and the sawmill. All right, is this where we want to go? Yep. And let's have a look at this coming out. Good old wood chips. That's a lot of wood chips. And up goes the money. Awesome. Oh, that's actually all right. Yeah. 20 something grand per load. Let's go get another one. There is a lot of mods flying around. I've been spending a fair bit of time just enjoying going through the mod workshop. It's great to see the ecosystem really jump into action. Lots of cool stuff. There's also little scripty things. One of the ones I just played with before, and in the end I decided to not install it, but was the Better Contracts mod. And what it does is it sorts all the contracts by profitability. And so some contracts taking hours and hours and hours, and it means like the dollars per hour is quite low. Where some other ones pay out quite fast. So like we've been doing like ploughing is a good example with where it's relatively quick for us to do ploughing. because the mod actually looks at the size of the farm, looks at the equipment you own, and works out the rate that you would do it. So basically, how the AI makes a plan for the field, it uses that information to guess how long it would take, or calculate how long it would take, and so it gives you the profitability. So that was kind of interesting. I actually got rid of it because I think the UI was a little bit overly complex to describe on screen, like in these videos. But if you want to know which contracts you should be doing just from a time versus effort thing, it was quite good. I think there's a different mod. I'm a bit questioning myself here, that actually gives you more contracts. So I think it's a different mod. So, but there is a mod out there that will make more contracts for you. So if you're finding you're a bit short, I have done nearly them all. If we look at the menus, there's not many left because I've been doing a whole lot of slow stuff. This is quite empty, but all the ploughing ones and cultivation ones, I did all them quickly. There's a lot of times where, like, I take the wood across to the playground on the diagonal side of the map. So I drive there, and then I get the AI to drive it back. Well, I have to wait for it to come back. So what I do is I send off another tractor to go do a ploughing job or something while I wait for it to drive back, just so that I can then move on to the next day. And also with the greenhouses, I had to go lap after lap after lap with the water. And so as I'm doing laps, I might as well get one of our tractors to be useful. So particularly when it comes to ploughing, I've definitely been doing that. And then there tends to be 3 or 4 cultivation contracts at the same time. So I hire the biggest cultivator I can, and then pick up 2 or 3 contracts and make a little bit of money. So I've made probably, we can actually tell. Let's have a look at the finances. I've been making about 50,000 a day contract. About 10, 20. So you can see how it goes up and down a little bit. Just a little bit more to help us along in kind of like dead space of the game. The sheep are coming along. It's good to see. They've been fed. The pile of hay is slowly getting smaller and smaller in the yard as I pick it up to feed them. I don't think... Am I going to bother doing the wood today? I think I will, because that much wood right there is basically what the limit is for the trailer and the truck together. If you put any more than that on them, they tend to get a little bit top heavy and want to tip over. So currently it has been a daily delivery. Alright. Should be, 12,000 left. This should be the last load. That has gone pretty easily. And then I think what I'm going to do is put down the furniture factory. Yeah, that tree there, that's going to have to get cut down. I'm pretty sure that's going to get in the way. Once it's grown to its first stage, I think we can then use the lumberjack mod to cut it down. Yeah, things are progressing. We're making money at a rate that means we can have fun. I'm being very judicious in the equipment purchases. I really do prefer to buy the biggest thing the first time so that you don't lose money selling a temporary thing. I'd rather save up and just get the big thing than be impatient and go halfway and then lose some money. I do want to put some more passive stuff down where I don't have to put much effort into keeping it operational. There's a couple of mods out there where you can make it auto ship to the next thing. So things like the wool, they spawn out and then they need to be delivered to the spinnery. So what you do is you put this like a shed next to the spawn point, and it picks it up as it spawns, then it delivers it. You set it to distribute. And I think I might use that mod a fair bit. Thank you, class. You're great in 22, and you already have made me happy in 25. Yeah, so I think we probably could do it now. Let's So my choice, we've got $59,000, and I think we can get a couple of thousand out of the bank. So I'm going to put down 2 little productions. Let's go into construction mode. And under the smaller things, what I want is, so that's a dairy. So I'm looking for a spinnery type thing. There we have this guy. I think, so which side? Yeah, like that. So I reckon we can squeeze that in there and not regret it. So my plan is with animals. Where's chickens? Yeah, my plan is to put this guy like this. And so the spawn's out in this corridor. We don't need access to that wall. And then, okay, you know what? I might actually, okay, this needs to go like that. And then so risky around here is, oh, you know what? How about, I was going to say, how about I put down the chickens, but I don't have any food. No, so, okay, I'm just going mental note. Okay, it's roughly parallel with that. Let's put down the production for the spinnery. Where was it? This one. And yeah, it's going to go this way. And then it was like that. So it's going to be right. So there's enough space for the chickens to go in there. And that is going to go right. Is that parallel? No, a little bit twisted. So there. And I reckon about there. And then let's do some painting. And I think we can be quite bold and go out a fair bit. And actually, you know what? I think we can do that as well. Yeah, so then we've got somewhere to put that wall. Yeah, so that thing. I mean, these little lambs aren't making a huge amount, but I do want to make profit, and I don't want to be risky in this series. I don't really ever want to be selling stuff. Now, technically, what we should be doing is the very first one should be going into our collection, but I'm impatient. I want to get the productions going, so we will keep the non-first one. I just realized this is electric, so at some point we're going to need to be able to refuel this or recharge this. So yeah, we're going to have to put down a electric charging station. But yeah, this is our first wall. And then what I'm going to do is the same thing up on the hill. We will make a shed for furniture and have a little bit more trickle. So I assume this is the inn. Yeah, nice. Awesome. Look at this nice little weaving machines. Very cool. Yeah. I mean, with the Everything Challenge, I do like the fact that there's these small ones. So we aren't, restricted to having to buy these $150,000, $300,000 things. So yeah, we will have a whole fleet of these. And then this is, which one's wall? Yeah, wall. So this one's wall, 9,000. And yeah, we'll just be storing it. And activate. So there we go. We've now got wall. What was the name of that? Was it a good name? Okay, spinnery. That's a good name. Don't really need to rename it. So that's cool. And then, yeah, so we'll put the chickens behind it. And then I think this whole area may be just a whole slew of these little mini little productions. All right, so let's go up on the hill. You can come with me because I'm going to need you. And this thing doesn't like going up the hill too much, but we'll work it out. And we'll do the same thing over here and put down the furniture factory. Or the furniture shed, I should call it. So that's a little wooden shed. Come on, come on, come on. You got this. One of the ones I have is the parking mod, I think it's called. If you look down the bottom right corner, there's a little red sign with through like the arrow thing. And that takes it out of the tab list. So like if I press Control T, it toggles that. And so I have this one disabled because I don't want to have it in my tab list by default. And so that's another useful mod when you want to, particularly when you have a lot of equipment and a lot of them are much more boutique. All right, so let's have a look at how much space this is going to take. The production for this one, the carpentry, it's not too big. Just trying to get an angle here where it's kind of obvious. So we need to get rid of some land. I'm thinking about there. And so a little bit of landscaping is going to be required. So let's just do that. And is that tree going to impose itself on us? See how there's a little arrow, diagonal there? Yeah, so I might cut that tree down because I really want it to look correct. Yeah, because see how it's causing a bit of a diagonal there. I think that's actually one of the ones that we planted, unfortunately. But so be it. We'll get a couple of liters out of it. And I will get rid of the stump. I'm using the lumberjack mod. Look, the lumberjack mod has limits of, you know, how silly you can get. Like, you know, I am going to use it for super strength here. You know, it's play games the way you like them. I don't want to be spending all my time on lumber, and so I am just for wood. I am using the lumberjack mod to do this. Get in there. Let's see if we can trigger this. Let's get some of this into the pile. There you go. Some of it got triggered. Yeah, we've got 49. See that? 49999. So yeah, this thing is full. And all right, so let's do a little bit more flattening. And we'll make this plausible. And then I'm going to use flattening over here so that it's not as egregious. Or not flattening, like smoothing. All right, let's go back and get some money out of the bank. We'll pull our finances, and then I don't want repay. I want. Oh, I can't borrow? What? Strange. I might have to go into the save game and fix that. All right, save game edited. I just took the $300,000 I'd put off the loan and put it into my bank account. So yeah, the loan is now. If we look at the loan, why won't you let me use the mouse? It's weird. When you open up this menu with the Xbox controller, the mouse doesn't work. If you close it and open it again, the mouse does work. It's very strange. Yeah, so now we've got $1 million. So basically it was 700,000. Gave myself 300 grand. Went through all the statistics, XMLs and stuff. So everything is correct. Let's get down that building. Am I happy with how far back it is? I think I am. Right, let's get down that guy. Construction, productions, and then it's the house. And we need to squeeze in here. And interesting that's on both sides. So you drop off on that side and pick up. I'm going to make the pickup more on the open side, I think. And I am going to let it push it back a little bit. How do I want to do this for rotation? So let's line it up with this. And come on, I saw a point where it worked. Oh, actually way back this. Happy, come on. So, come on. And right there we do. All right, and then yeah, let's do a little bit of painting. I think this is this one. Yeah, so let's use the dirt and area restricted. Is it just me or are the controls back to front? So whenever I change the the camera angle, it always goes the opposite direction of what I think it should do. For me, it's not the intuitive direction. It's like, like when you're playing a game that has flight in it. Some people, want to do down and up different ways. And for me, that's definitely left and right for that. Right, so that production, what does it want? It wants, what's it called? Carpentry. So we can deliver it wood, interesting, or planks. And so planks, if we look at here, they pay out really well. So I'm tempted to give this wood and then continue to get the benefit from the playground. Because see how it's green? It means it's above average. Yeah, so I think, as much as I brought this forklift over, I think I am going to give this a tree. Is there any obvious trees? You know what? Let's go up here. And we own all this land. We may as well use it. And we'll cut down this big, huge tree here, nice and low. Yeah, this particular area in here, while I was waiting for AIs to do things, I went through and got rid of the small, scrubby trees a lot. The ones which have like 4 limbs, those really tiny ones. And so that has made it a little bit cleaner. It's being winter, it also makes it easier to understand what's going on. All right, let's pick up. Is that a? I'm not sure why that happens. Actually, you know what? I don't trust that's the right thing. Let me move this out of the way and try that again. Yeah, sometimes these end bits, they look like they are something you can pick up, but they're not. All right, let's pick up this guy. I know it's not realism. As I said, I'm playing the game the way I like it. And come on. Up and over. Up and over. And come on. And so it goes in this side? Yep. So in theory, will this work? Is there a trigger? How does this work? How does this work? Oh, there's a thing. Actually, okay, the door's over here. Okay, that's kind of back to front. Can we open the door? There we go. And can we activate the wood? Well, we'll activate wood, but it doesn't. Oh, it's 1,200 liters. Okay, so we are probably going to have to cut this because this thing is way more than that. So let me pull this back a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if wood is going to be the best thing for this. I assume this is going to work. And these are all new things in 25. So you are 1.3. Really? Oh, that's interesting. So delivering wood's going to be really, really hard. So unless you bring really, really small things in, it isn't going to work. Because you're going to have to cut it up into pieces that are small enough to fit into 1,200. So this is not... I mean, this is a $36,000 investment. Yeah, you can see how it went in. So if we turn that off, you can see that there's 1,059 in there. So, yeah. Okay. Weird. You're going to have to put tiny little limbs in non-stop. This is going to be kind of annoying. Well, it's one off the list, I guess, and it hasn't taken too much space up. And then between episodes, I'll cut this up into tiny little pieces and see how it goes. All right, so you know what? I think we'll call that the end of the episode. Very weird, esoteric January episode, very wood heavy. But we do now have a furniture factory, albeit a very tiny one. And the wood supplies have definitely, or the wood chips have helped our finances. Between now and next episode, expect that whole pile of wood to disappear and lots of these pallets to have come and gone and been delivered to the playground, we should have maybe even $500,000 in the bank. And then we can start our very first harvest, and I'll probably bring some order to this chaos. As always, don't forget to subscribe to see all that, and also see some Construction Simulator action. I'm planning to do at least one episode of Farm Sim and Construction Sim per week right now. And we'll see you next time on the Everything Challenge. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time, everybody.